What is the election of grace? It is God's electing decree that is made manifest by his grace. Election is not built upon works. It is not built upon something in the creature, that God's election as it relates to foreknowledge, this is where we get into some other theological categories, that God responds to us when we choose him by saying, oh, look, Joby made a decision, now I will show him grace. No. Because of God's grace and the regenerating power of the Holy Spirit, I am given new life, and having been granted a new will and new life, I by faith lay hold of Christ. Regeneration precedes faith. That's what we confess. That is the election of grace. Grace, and without it, there is no election. Look at verse 6. And if by grace, then it is no longer of works. Otherwise, grace is no longer grace. But if it is of works, it is no longer of grace. Otherwise, work is no longer work. The entire system of salvation is not one of man striving to ascend the hill of God through human effort, but one of divine condescension where he comes down through the Messiah and he saves us from the pit. He releases us from the shackles of sin and the imprisonment of not only Adam's original sin, but our actual sin, our cursed state. We are dead in our trespasses and sin. That is the foundation for God's election.